Welcome to E. Osho Williams Evangelistic Association International. My name is Eugenia Osho Williams, and I'm a Reverend and medical doctor. Our association is focused on two key areas: poverty alleviation and prison reform worldwide. But we cannot do this alone. We have to work together. Mark chapter 12 verse 30 says that we should love God and love one another. And that is the key to our success. Please join me and let's get this done. Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, depending on where you are on this planet. I hope everybody is doing okay. As you can see from the topic, today I'm going to be responding to two videos that was, aired not too long ago regarding African corruption. I'm originally from Africa, and one of the countries that they talked about, that's where I am from, in West Africa. So, but this is a war, it is a an African thing. So it's not just where I come from or the other country that will be aired, on these two videos. This is something to do with the continent of Africa, bribery and corruption, especially bribery, which is one form of corruption. Okay, so I'm going to play the two videos first. These were the first video that you'll be watching is by Ichi Boots, and she's a road traveler, and she's normally on her bike, and she travels, around the world, and she was stopped by a traffic police officer in Nigeria, and asking for money. Now the other one were um, two road travelers that were also extorted, at the Sierra Leone Liberia border. So you're going to watch these two videos. Both of them they both take about 5 minutes, and then I will give my comments.
Money. Money. It's for everything.
Everything is fine.
Family.
Huh?
How's family?
Good.
Family is good.
This water.
Yeah. Give me money. Hey, what till you bring come?
Huh?
What till you bring come? I say, what till you bring come? What you want give me? Hey, wait till now, what you want give me? Oh, yeah, give me something. Oh, yeah, give me something now. Give me something.
You give me something.
Yeah. Give me money. Money. Money.
Money. Why?
Give me.
Why?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Okay, bye-bye.
We just got really scammed at the border of Liberia entering into Sierra Leone by the Sierra Leone officials, and not a good welcoming into Sierra Leone.
They say, okay, come in the hallway and go in. It's almost like a hospital, like a doctor's office, right?
Yeah.
It's like you go into the next little room. So then we go into the next little room, and there's a guy that can't be older than me. He's probably 25 years old, sitting at the, just have that little like cocky face on, like, hey, give me your yellow card, Fever. So, okay, no problem, here's our yellow card. Everywhere in Africa that we've been, which is almost every country, you just show the yellow card, and they usually just check the date, done, move on. This guy checks it, he goes, this is not acceptable, you don't have a cholera shot. And first of all, I don't even think a cholera shot, I've never heard of people
I think cholera was eradicated.
Yeah, we're connected to every single traveler who does this for a living, and no one has ever said that you need a cholera shot or anything.
Obviously we knew he was
we knew he was us from the beginning. So we looked at each other and said, no, this is all we need.
Yeah.
We can get it to the country.
Essentially, the only vaccine you need to travel into these countries is the yellow fever.
Yeah.
And we had that shot.
We had it.
It was clearly stated. Everything
Yeah.
was perfect. He just invented this
Yeah,
new
yeah.
vaccine we needed.
Yeah. Then I was kind of quiet because that's just how I am in nature, and Alvaro kind of got a little bit.
Yeah, I was a little
heated.
bit aggressive with the guy because I know we
Yeah.
both knew what was going on. I was like, hey
Yeah.
man, you're trying to pull all these shit on
Yeah.
us. You essentially want to bribe. We're not gonna pay
Yeah.
you anything. We are in
Yeah.
our rights. We just need the yellow fever, and that's where the guy
Yeah,
like
he got ticked off.
completely reacted like
Yeah.
like erupted,
Aggressive,
like a volcano.
aggressive,
Yeah, very
and
aggressive.
his buddy came in and
Oh, this guy saying
So
Yeah.
they basically threatened to send us back over the border.
Send me back.
Yeah, send
Yeah.
him. They also threatened to like hold us captive, like handcuff us and keep us there for 6. They said 6
Yeah,
days.
we
Yeah.
took note of everything.
Yeah, yeah.
Handcuff you.
They had all these printouts on the wall that basically just said World Health Organization, which they clearly just typed it out on a computer.
Nothing was official.
And they said like, oh, you need this shot, but it's just all. And they go, oh, look, this is what you need. It's just, this is. We're gonna get into the bigger problem here in a bit. Let's just finish this story.
Yeah, essentially,
Yeah.
another two guys come in, civilian clothes.
Yeah.
They were not officials
Yeah.
by any means,
Yeah.
and they started shouting. Just their role, everything is theatrics.
Yeah.
Everything was already staged. They've done it before,
Yeah.
and they'll probably do it again.
Yeah.
That's why we're doing the video. So they started shouting and just pushing us
Yeah.
around. Like from that moment, I shut up
Yeah.
because I knew it was
Yeah.
better. Just
Yeah.
we kept
Yeah.
quiet. And we
Yeah.
agreed, and I apologized. I excused myself, and we laid low.
We just
But the
tried to-
guys kept
yeah.
pushing and
Yeah.
pushing and pushing,
So-
and just try to beat us to the corner, basically, essentially.
And he first asked for, was it $350?
Yeah,
So $500.
He didn't ask us. We left
Yeah,
the room, and
yeah.
they talked to
Yeah.
the fixer. And I don't know. Like,
So he wanted a big sum of money, and we ended up getting it down to $50 a person, which is.
So you see, as you can see from the video, I mean, as someone who is originally from Africa and I'm an African, and one of the videos that was showing is from my country. I it's really personal for me. But the point at issue is the as you can see, Africa is noted is very noted for its hospitality, but none of that was highlighted on the videos. The main focus was the bribery. In fact, the first video that you watch, by Ichi or Boots, yeah, that was even the title of a video. That was the title of a video, Give Me Money. That's what the police officer asked her for. Give me money. I know, yes, it's not right. Bribery, any form of corruption is wrong. But there is always a reason why people act the way they do. I always say that, and that is true. There is always a reason why people act the way they do. I don't know where she's from originally, but I know she's not from Africa. So she might not know the reason why there is this widespread bribery and corruption. Likewise, the other two gentlemen, the other two road travelers, they might not know. They might be coming from another culture, where you are paid on time and all of that. So they don't understand the reason why people do the things they do in Africa, especially that form of corruption, bribery. Having said that, I'm not justifying it because, all forms of corruption is wrong. Okay. Now, like I said, the problem is bribery is an institutionalized and historically accepted problem, in the fabric of the African nations. So this is not like something that is new, and there is no exception. Every sector of government is corrupt. This plague called bribery is all over the place, and there is a reason for that. First of all, most, if not all African countries, the government is centralized. They have a centralized government, and the government also misuse, government officials, starting from the heads of state all the way down. They misuse the government funds. They misuse the government funds. So if you have not watched my previous video, whenever you have the time, just go watch it. About the reason why Africa is poor. The world actually, why the world have so much poverty, but especially in Africa. So, and where there is poverty, there is always going to be an increase of corruption. So this is what Africa is facing. You see. So one of the main reasons, like I said, is centralized government. Most of these countries have a one party state, and most of these leaders are dictators. And they don't pay their employees, are not paid you know a decent wage that they so deserve. They are not paid, they are underpaid. So that's the problem, they are underpaid. And as such, these people, the police officers, the teachers, the nurses, I mean, across the board, they are trying to make ends meet. And how do they do it? By extortion, like they did to those um, road travelers, especially if they realize that you are a foreigner, quote unquote, someone that is not from their country. They really do a lot of extortion, and that was the problem. So you see, so that is one of the reasons these people are not paid accordingly. And also the government officials, they misuse the country's funds, the natural resources. Whatever revenue they receive from it is not equally shared, to the locals, the masses. Some of these people, um they attend official trips, international trips, conferences and stuff, and they get fat per diem, a lot of money per diem, and travel expenses. And then when they get there, what do they do? The money, they stash those money in their bank account, their international bank accounts. Nothing comes back home, and that's the thing. They invest in somebody else's country. They take this money to Swiss bank, and European banks, the USA, Asia. That's what they do, and the people suffer. So these are some of the reasons why these people, they forget about their pride. Some of them they have families to feed, and the salary is just not cutting it. It's not enough. That is the problem. In fact, there was talking about salary, solution to the problem. There was a they did it was an experiment in Ghana in 2010, and Dr. Ajimpong, talked about it, that the government decided to increase the salary of police officers. They decide to increase the salary of police officers, and guess what happened? What happened was the bribery, they said it increased by 25%, you know which is kind of, I don't know, it's kind of weird. It increased, but the good news was, let me see, let me read it here. you know yeah, even though it increased, the good news was that the police officers, their self-esteem, you know was up. Their self-esteem was up. So that's the thing. But the reason why the bribery increased is because they still, this, even though they gave them a pay raise, it's still not enough for them. It does not align with the job that they do. You see, so because of that, there is still that deficiency, and the only way they can get it is through bribery. you know Through bribery. That is the reason why they do what they do in this part of the world. I mean, people don't need to bribe because we are paid on time, we are paid enough. Some of the wages of these people, they cannot even pay their rent, talk less of meals and transportation and other stuff. So that's the main thing. The solution is actually a pay raise. They have to pay people accordingly. This is across the board. They have to pay nurses accordingly, doctors accordingly, teachers, police officers. You have to pay all these people, all employees in the different sectors of government should be paid a decent salary, and that will definitely curb. It will not eliminate it, because this is something that is ingrained in the society, like I said, and it's been accepted. So it will take a while, but slowly but surely things will change. And secondly, there should be some form of accountability, you know especially when it comes to our elected officials. You see that the per diem that they receive, and when they do travel out, and oh boy, do they travel a lot, attend these government trips, overseas. When they do travel, their per diem should not be that much. They should cut down on that per diem, you see. And also, that's the thing. It's like, really, it's like broad daylight robbery of the people's money, the people's resources, and that is so wrong. You see, so that's some of the thing, and you need to educate the masses. Bring awareness to the people. A lot of countries have started doing that now. To say no to bribery. And some have 1-800 number, we call it here, a free number that you can call and report people. So these are some of the way, and tell them about the consequences of bribery, what it does to society, what corruption does to the fabric of society. It messes up with the health system, the educational system, even the justice system, because when you bribe a judge, if the person that doesn't have the money to bribe, he will receive the short end of the stick. So that's the thing. So it does affect everywhere. If you bribe someone takes their child to the hospital for treatment, and you ask them to give you some money, bribery, and before you can take care of their child, their sick child, that money that they give to you, that might have been the money that they would have used to feed their family for that day. You see, so you have to think twice when you ask for bribery. But again, I'm asking the government to do their own part, to try to look into the salaries of the employees. Is very important. I mean, look at how much you receive monthly compared to what the local people receive monthly. I mean, so it's like night and day. So, and if you cannot live on that amount, what make you think that those people can live on that amount? You see, that's why the crime rate is high. That's why people are so corrupt. That's why they bribe. That's the main reason why they do all these things. Okay. So I hope that we will learn from the template of Ghana, the experiment they tried, even though the bribery increased, but still, um, yeah, the self-esteem of the police officers went up. So I believe if they pay them accordingly enough to take care of their means of existence, that bribery will slow down. So this is it. We just Bible says that you should do unto others as you would like others to do unto you. So I hope we will think about that, because most of our leaders are Christians, some are Muslims. They do believe in the higher power, or they believe in God. So, and our God that we serve is a just God. So I hope you will treat, you just remember, just look at those people that in the first place went into during election time, they went there and voted you in. Just think about when you needed them, you gave them bags of rice, you gave them flour, you gave them all this food stuff, and money. Yeah, and then once you are in, you tend to forget about them. So I hope you remember them. When you drive that go through those inner cities, you see all those slums. I hope you remember those people voted you in, and what you would like for your family, I hope you like for them as well. May God bless you. May God keep you, and may God make his face to shine upon you and give you peace. Shalom. God bless you. God bless you. God bless you.